Welcome to Mulberry, Florida, a small little phosphate town that is once considered a thriving phosphate industry is now starting to really slow down. Small little forgotten Florida town. Come with me today as we go and explore some of the abandoned homes, some of the homes that are still lived in, and maybe we could talk to some of the residents and see what they do, see what's going on here, see what they enjoy for the weekends or weekdays. So come along with me, let's go exploring. It's crazy. They took a beautiful building and just covered it up with paneling. And it looks like it was blown off pretty good from the storm last year. Unfortunately, still looks like a total mess. All right, so don't get blown away too much by the size of downtown, but this is pretty much it. We have an ice cream shop, a very small movie theater, and Mulberry Cafe. Honestly though, it's a cute, very quaint little, I don't know if you would call this a downtown or a block, but somebody told me this is pretty much all that Mulberry has. It's a neat little place. Gem movie theaters. Small little town. Sometimes those are the best though. Let's take a look. Hi. How y'all doing?
Good, how you doing?
Good. You guys live here? Are y'all local?
I'm somewhat local.
Is this the downtown?
This is
It is. Okay.
from Mulberry.
I'm just cutting through and doing a little video on it for my YouTube channel. Wanted to, hope you don't got, are you guys okay with me having the camera here? I'm Darren, by the way.
Darren, I'm Russ.
Nice to meet you.
Tess.
Nice to meet you.
Aaliyah.
I'm
Aaliyah.
a First Amendment auditor, so I know.
Okay.
You watch that stuff
What is it?
on YouTube. First Amendment auditor.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I've just joined a group called AMAC, American Association of Mature
morning, guys.
Adult Citizens.
How you doing?
We have 2 million
Thank
members.
you.
Wow.
Cool.
So we don't do it for you. We don't do it for YouTube specifically. We do it for educational purposes. But it's a lot of people.
We need
do it
that.
on YouTube.
Yes,
Yeah,
I've watched quite a few. They're entertaining videos.
I've already been thrown in the back of a police car 3 times.
Yeah.
Released 3 times because I don't do anything. We do not do anything illegal.
Yeah.
That's filming from a sidewalk.
Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's our right to film. But I always like to talk to people and ask people. I love getting people's opinions on the areas that they live in and stuff like that. Last weekend I was over in Orlando, and I met a ton of people, and it's always it's a neat way of getting different vibes, different cities, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what do people do here in Mulberry?
Most of them work for Mosaic.
Mosaic,
Phosphate.
the phosphate.
Yeah.
Okay.
so
Okay.
That's where I'd say most of the folks get there. That's where they do it. Or the folks that aren't doing that are commuting to Lakeland.
Over to Lakeland.
Yeah. But Lakeland at
5
this
miles
point.
down the road.
Yeah, Lakeland is sprawling south. I mean, eventually this will be swallowed up.
Lakeland's growing fast, my understanding, and the property
It's
values
coming south.
getting away from Tampa.
Yeah, they're already talking about some developments and stuff out here. The city commission. Badcock unfortunately pulled out. They're
Okay.
not here anymore. But my understanding is that building's already been sold. They're looking to put some sort of center in there. I honestly wish that they would put some storefronts in here and make this a town square.
Right.
It would be great. It would almost be like Sarasota, where you've got that big circle.
Oh, beautiful.
And then I think that would be fantastic.
I think it's a shame that they took that building over there and covered up the beautiful
Absolutely.
wall
We-
with
everyone
paneling.
See, that got exposed during the hurricane.
Ah, yes.
Nobody knew it was under there.
Really?
Finish. Yeah.
That
I mean,
building,
that's cool as can be.
It's about 100 years old underneath there. This here is the oldest building in Mulberry.
This one here.
This one here, the one that I'm working in.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old is this building?
105 years old.
Really? 105 years old. That is wild. I love old stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, for Florida or for the United States, right? I mean,
This was originally a bank.
Okay.
When it was first built, it was built as a bank, and then subsequently it's changed names and changed occupations. It became a bakery, and that was for like, yeah, and then it was a what office?
Post office.
A post office, and then it went back to being a restaurant where it was a fish place.
Okay.
Then it became Carol's Diner. It was that for 10, 12 years, and now it's the Mulberry Cafe and Coffee House.
It's the hot spot in town.
Well, we're trying to make it a hot spot.
It's pretty. It's very cool. I like that. And you had somebody do some good muralist come in and do stuff.
It's still in progress.
Really? You're the artist.
He's the artist.
Awesome. You're
Yeah.
good.
I was here the day
You are
were
good.
finishing up that part. Great part.
I still have so much.
Yeah, you have talent. That
I
is
drive all the way
cool.
from South Lakeland to eat here.
Do you really?
A lot of people do it.
South Lakeland.
People come from Winter Haven. Some people come from Lithia. So yeah.
Riverview.
No
Riverview.
kidding. Huh.
If you look at our reviews, the food is excellent.
Mulberry Cafe.
Yeah, it's
okay.
quite good.
Well, people will definitely know about it now.
This band and this group, they can cook. Okay.
Nice. Nice.
You still do your own bakery.
Yeah, yeah.
Their pancakes are like this big.
Yeah.
9 inches across. Almost everything is from scratch.
I wish I would have known about that earlier this morning. I would have definitely come in and
We
eaten.
make buttermilk biscuits from scratch, old school, third generation recipe from South Carolina.
Love
And
that.
I've been doing it I've been making biscuits. I've made over 1 million biscuits. So
Wow.
I make them fresh every single day from flour, buttermilk, and the rest of the recipe.
Very, very cool.
So,
Where are you from?
I'm from Tampa. Yep, from Tampa, but I'm just going everywhere, just going to places, mainly in Florida right now, just going to, I like to see smaller towns versus the bigger towns. I want to see what people don't see. I don't want to see what the tourists see. You know, I want to see the real life and experience the real stuff.
So we're a little off the beaten path, but it's, we're trying to make the path. This place down here is brand new. This is Depot 303. They just
Okay.
opened up. When they've got the community center, they bring in a lot of folks, a lot of donations and stuff like that happen here. So we're hoping that they start developing the downtown a little bit more. It'd be
Yeah.
nice. Really would.
Careful what you ask for, though. You don't want too many people. I'm trying to get away from the crowds these days.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
You know, so.
They're building 750 new homes in back of where I live.
What is the average cost of living or the homes in Mulberry?
Probably about 240, 260,000.
Wow, pretty pricey still.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a little up there.
That's
Few
up
years
there.
it's really gone up.
That's up there.
They
Okay.
didn't do a lot of, once the houses were here, honestly, there hasn't been a new development down here for years. So when a new development comes in, that may affect the prices, but the old ones are holding their values and going up because there's nothing else.
Right.
And, like you said, Lakeland is expanding.
Yeah.
And people are actually commuting from here into there. So a lot of that going
Smart.
up. Yeah.
And who?
A lot
I
of
mean,
people just grab 60 and pop to Brandon too. So this becomes a bedroom community for a lot of places actually.
that's a cool way of thinking about it. I like that.
Yeah, I drove from here to West Tampa for 11 years, back and forth.
Did you really?
Yeah, just because I didn't want to live.
Yeah.
I lived just this side of Brandon for a long time, but I drove back and forth from here. A lot
Yeah. Just to get away. Well, I appreciate your time, everybody. Thank you for talking to me. I appreciate that. Y'all take care of yourself.
Best of luck on the page.
Thank you. So Mulberry is one of those small towns that essentially you go through when you're cutting across the state of Florida. If you blink, you essentially will miss the town. It's that small. But it's a big phosphating town. And phosphate, for those of you who don't know, it's a biological ingredient used in fertilizers, some food additives, and some other products. And it's, I guess, taken from the ground, the soil. It's not something you want to get in the water. I know they've had some issues with contaminations, but it's a booming industry here, still, according to the people that we spoke to earlier. But this is just one of those forgotten Florida towns that I like to go through. One of many. A lot of stuff like this I think is just neat to see instead of what most people see on a daily basis. Found a cool little place here. They're all over this little town that I'm in. And this looks like a house that honestly, I don't know if it's still for sale or if it's just a tear down, but looks like it has some amazing history. I thought it'd be fun to check out. Beautiful old porch here. I bet it has seen its better days, obviously, but I bet it had some good times. You don't see screen doors or windows made with wood anymore. Oh, it looks like maybe they're refurbishing it or something. Ventilation, old, real fireplace. That's cool. I would love that. Now how handy that is in Florida, but doing some work here, looks like. Yeah. Someone's put an electrical panel in, so this is not a tear down. They're looking like they're gonna salvage this. Amazing. Look at these hardwood floors. Those are real hardwoods from back in the day. Those are cool. Old wooden door. Look at that hardware. Beautiful old fireplace. Something you don't see often in Florida is ventilations in the floor. That's unusual. I've seen that in other states like Tennessee, colder climates, but not in Florida. This would have been a bedroom. Thin little cedar planks, ceiling. Very neat. Cool little place. Tiny closet. I don't think women would be too happy with that today. None of the women I know. Lacy curtains. Old wooden frames. Cool little place. Oh, it is a second story. Now the door's locked. Wow. I don't know about these stairs. Should we attempt them? It's holding every 200 pounds of me. Surprising. This is creepy. God, let's hope this holds me up here. Cobwebs everywhere. Cobwebs. Wow, look at this old dresser. Somebody's been living up here. Looks like they could still be living here. That's pretty current living conditions right there. Wow. This floor is very soft. So I'm gonna be very cautious how much I walk around, but really cool old fireplace. I think that, I'm not a construction guy, so I apologize, but maybe it was used for electricity back in the day. Steel piping. Ooh, Old bathroom. Ooh, yeah, see holes in the floor. Gotta be careful. But wow, what a neat place. This must have been the master bedroom or primary bedroom. Whatever they're called these days. Honestly, back in the day, this would have been a really nice place. For the era, pretty neat. Just an old little small industrial town. Very cool. I think they're gonna be salvaging this. I'll be honest, I don't know how it's gonna be salvageable. This place is a little rough. I don't see how they're gonna salvage this, but I think they're gonna try. Looks like maybe termite damage. I mean, who had sunroofs back in the day? This has to leak like a sieve during a rainy season. Look at this old dormer. Pretty neat. Cobwebs everywhere. More holes in the floor. What a cool place. Take a walk around the outside and show you the whole exterior. Power lines were running to it. This was a large place. Interesting tile pattern on the roof. All made of wood. Well, here's a door that I couldn't get into. Let's see what it is. Another bathroom. Oh. Pretty neat. I'm thinking those steel I-beams were not part of the property. They must be using it to hold up the structure. But I'm sure some people out there can comment and tell me a lot more than I know. Neat stuff. Cool little home. I wish I knew the year it was built. I'll look into it, see if I can find it out, and I'll put it in the comments below. But honestly, this would have been a beautiful home back in the day. I'm sure it's, I would say, 80 to 100 years old. Cool place. Hey guys, just want to take a brief moment here to thank every one of you who have subscribed to my channel or hit the thumbs up and liked the previous videos. It means the world to me and it does a lot for the channel. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Now let's get back to the video. This might be surprising, but this old post office behind me here, just outside of Mulberry, called Nichols, is not abandoned. Even though it looks like it is, it's still a functioning post office. So let's go take a look at this. United States Post Office, Nichols, Florida. Still operating, surprisingly. Good smell of tobacco in here. Being a little facetious, talking tongue in cheek, but again, if you had smell-o-vision. Kind of neat place though. Actually, behind the post office, there's an abandoned house. Let's take a look at it. And guys, I'm sorry if this video is a little bust. I had intentions of seeing another facility, a phosphate facility, but there was authorities down there and I just didn't want to get myself in trouble. There were signs everywhere and law enforcement on property made me get out of there really quick. Didn't want to take any chances. But let's take a look at this. Again, this is right behind the post office. Just another abandoned house. It's falling apart. It looks like it's made of, I guess, stucco over wood. I don't know if that's normal construction. Center blocks falling down. Somebody was here recently mowing the grass, so it's still being taken care of. I'm finding that abandoned homes are much more common, obviously in smaller areas. But let's take a look at it. Oh, there are some big wasps. I don't want to get stung. Yeah. Some giant wasps right there. I am not going to take the chance of getting myself stung. Not much to see. Little mini fridge over there. 2x4 holding that wall up on the exterior. That's it. Completely falling apart. Tin roof with shingles over the tin. Some homes back here surrounding it. But, well guys, I think I'm gonna wrap the video up right here. Do me a big favor, just like last time, if you could hit the like button, helps me out tremendously with the algorithm. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed, if you want to see more content like this. I'm just getting started. We're gonna be going to all kinds of great places. I have a lot of great plans, fun stuff. I love this kind of content, and hopefully you do too. So until the next adventure, I'll see you real soon.